Imagine you're tracking a cargo ship loaded with millions in electronics, oil and grain. Suddenly, somewhere in the dark ocean, everything stops. Why? Because the world's wealth, from the gas in your car to the phone in your hand, depends on just a handful of narrow strategic points. If even one of them shuts down, the global economy trembles. Welcome to Wealth Atlas Official, where we navigate global wealth trends to grow your future. Today, I'll reveal the top 10 most important choke points for global trade, the hidden hotspots that could decide your financial future in an instant. And yes, every number you'll hear comes straight from top-tier sources, the US E.I.A, Lloyd's List, UNCTAD, and more. Ready? Because once you see what's at stake, you'll never look at a map the same way again. Number 10, the Danish Straits, Northern Europe's hidden gate. These three passages, Great Belt, Little Belt, and Øresund, may look quiet, but over 3 million barrels of oil per day cross from the Baltic to Western Europe, much of it from Russia, according to the US E.I.A. Just imagine a collision, a political move, or a harsh winter could throttle Europe's energy in days. For global investors, it's the silent bottleneck everyone should watch. Number 9, the Cape of Good Hope, the world's Plan B. When the Suez Canal gets blocked, the world's trade doesn't wait, it detours around the Cape. Ships face longer journeys, adding 10 to 14 days and millions in extra fuel costs. After the 2021 Suez blockage, some routes saw ship volume spike over 70%. If this old route gets busy, shipping rates soar, and so do consumer prices. Number 8, the Bosporus and Dardanelles, the Black Sea's only exit. Turkey's Bosporus and Dardanelles are the only exit for Black Sea exports, grain, oil and natural gas from Russia, Ukraine and more. In 2023, over 700 million tonnes of cargo moved through these straits, says UNCTAD. Any tension or closure here, and global wheat prices, energy markets and even stock indices feel the aftershock. Number 7, the Gibraltar Strait. The Mediterranean's front door, just 13 kilometres wide, but more than 100,000 ships cross each year. It's the gatekeeper for everything moving between the Atlantic and the Mediterranean, European exports, African resources and Middle Eastern oil. If this bottleneck ever closes, chaos spreads through Spain, France, North Africa and global markets. Number 6, the Bab el-Mandeb, the Red Sea's pinch point. Connecting the Indian Ocean to the Suez Canal, about 6.2 million barrels of oil pass through every day, according to the US E.I.A, plus huge volumes of consumer goods. Recent years, Houthi attacks and piracy forced ships to detour, adding billions in cost and days in delays, according to Lloyd's List. This pinch point makes or breaks Asia or Europe's supply chains. Number 5, the Panama Canal, the America's short car. Over 5% of world maritime trade uses the Panama Canal, according to UNCTAD. In 2023, a historic drought slashed canal transits by 1/3, forcing some vessels to detour thousands of miles, as reported by Bloomberg. Every day, the canal's slow US-China, US-Europe and Latin American trades all feel the squeeze. Number 4, the Singapore port, the world's busiest hub. Singapore isn't a natural choke point. It's the world's busiest transshipment port. Nearly 20% of all container transshipment traffic passes through its docks, says World Shipping Council. When port congestion strikes here, Asia's factories slow down and global supply chains, from iPhones to autos, get tangled fast.
Number 3.
The Strait of Malacca, Asia's critical funnel. Over 94,000 vessels pass through this narrow strait every year, carrying about 25% of all global traded goods and nearly a quarter of the world's seaborne oil, according to Lloyd's list and US E.I.A. For China, Japan and South Korea, this is the lifeline for energy and electronics. Any disruption here and factories across Asia and your favourite gadgets could stall. The Strait of Malacca is not just a shipping route, it's the pressure valve for global supply chains. Number 2. Suez Canal, the world's most valuable shortcut. About 12% of all global trade, including 30% of container traffic and nearly 10% of seaborne oil, flows through the Suez every year, according to Lloyd's list and the US E.I.A. Remember the 2021 Ever Given? In just 6 days, over $60 billion in goods were delayed, and global supply chains unraveled. One narrow ditch in Egypt, yet the entire world is invested. Number 1. The Strait of Hormuz, the energy lifeline. The Strait of Hormuz is the single most critical choke point on Earth. Over 21 million barrels of oil per day. That's about 21% of global consumption. Nearly 30% of all seaborne traded crude oil. Around 20% of the world's LNG. All data US E.I.A. A missile, a blockade, or a single political mistake here, and oil prices can shoot to $150, triggering global inflation overnight.
So why do these choke points matter for your wealth? Because every dollar you invest, every product you buy, and every opportunity you chase is tied to these invisible arteries. When one clogs, the whole world feels it, sometimes in minutes. At Wealth Atlas Official, we help you navigate global wealth trends to grow your future. If you want to be the first to know about the next global disruption and the opportunities it creates, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. Question for you. Which of these choke points shocked you most? Drop it in the comments and let us know what you want decoded next. Stay curious, stay global, and stay wealthy.